Hello, everybody. It's 12 o'clock. It's Friday. That means we are here doing our Full Throttle Vision studio and Full Throttle Vision show here live. Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day. We have two special guests with us today. But first, let's say hi to Charlie. Charlie, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well out there.
It's a good Friday, right?
Good Friday.
I definitely like Fridays. I definitely love doing the show. And then in the middle, we got Lori Joe. Say hello to everybody, Lori.
Hi, guys.
Hi, that's it? That's all you got is hi, guys? It's going to be a long show if that's all you got here for us, Lori.
Good morning. What day is today?
Friday. Wow. If you know Lori, that's a perfect intro for her. We'll just say that. All right,
Pretty
Lori
much.
kind of doesn't. I'll tell you a little bit about Lori, though, before we get into it. The only woman who says, don't worry about it, I don't need a ticket, I don't need anything. I said, but we're going to a baseball game. We're going to a Rays baseball game. Don't worry about it, I got it taken care of. I said, Lori, you're not going to be able to get in. We're in VIP. We're up in the blood. I got it. Don't worry about it. I said, okay. I don't know what's going on here. But she's like, I got it. Don't worry about it. I said, okay, whatever. I'll see you there. Next thing you know, I get there. She's there before I am with other people. And I'm like, how did you get in? I said, don't worry about it. I got my ways. This woman will find a way into anything. Is that true or what?
It is true, but my children have said I have to give that up. So I'm kind of looking for my climax finale, something. I don't know.
You're sneaky. There's no doubt about it, Lori Jo. You're sneaky. I don't know how you do some of the things you do. But I'll sit there and you're like, oh, I got Hard Rock hotels. Did you know this? And I'm like, you know how to get around the system sometimes on a lot of stuff. How is that?
Because the system sucks.
Listen, we're not going down that path today, but sometimes you are right. Charlie, you got who's all watching? Anybody on right now we can say hello to?
John, just like John Borg, B-O-R-G. Hey, John, what you up to? Do you know Nasty Ronnie?
Oh,
we know
yeah,
Nasty
different.
Ronnie?
That's the other guys.
Yeah.
That's Born to Run.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, I wasn't going to go that far.
Good old Nasty Ronnie. That's the other guys.
You know, Helen's on. We got a few folks getting on, yeah. So it's time
we'll
to
say
wake
hi
up.
to everybody. But we're going to talk a lot about some of the events coming up today. One of the ones that we're actually going to go film is the Back the Blue 2 ride. That's going to be very good this Saturday. Hopefully the weather holds off. It's saying thunderstorms and everything, and I'm not super excited about that. But hopefully it stays because it's supposed to be going to the St. Pete and then the Bradenton and then Sarasota police places, which would be really cool. There's, I want to say, like 1,500 people interested or going on the ride right now. How many Jeeps were? They said like 30 Jeeps. You know, they unofficially have road blockage, you know, because they can't really do that. But it's going to be great. I got some information. We're going to talk on that. Tonight is the Clutch Queens Bike Night over at Muggs and Icot. We're going to stop over there and see them. I'm going to actually bring a camera out, film them, and say hello. And those Clutch Queens, younger female riders. You ride, right? You got a bike?
Yeah, you're younger female, yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
You got to talk here, Lori Jo. I put you on the show for a reason.
She's
Oh,
the
my
bobblehead.
She's just nodding. She's like, yes.
Well,
Uh-huh.
well, speaking of you know, want to wish a very special person a happy birthday, Tony. I'll let you take it because he's.
It is Rhett Jones's birthday. Who is Rhett Jones? Rhett is Fran Haas's husband. So
happy birthday.
We want to wish Rhett a very special happy birthday today. We were talking to him yesterday, and he's like, well, I got this to do. I said, how about you take a day off and enjoy your birthday? And he goes, I might just do that. I said, so he's hopefully not paying attention or watching Facebook or social media or anything, but we want to wish Rhett a very special happy birthday today. I heard it was 39.
Yep, and
Happy
also
birthday.
another quick birthday, Raven the hot dog guy. Today's his birthday.
Right? Raven Blackwell. It says he's been celebrating for a month, though.
Yeah, he started celebrating a month ago.
I saw a picture of him in a chair, fell over backwards. So I don't know how long he's
and
actually
he'll be
up
celebrating another month afterwards.
He said it's the begining of his birthday month
All right.
celebration. I'm
Dana
like,
gave
holy
you
Lord.
30 stars.
Oh, hey, thank you very much. We appreciate
Or
the
50 stars.
Don't forget, you guys we're going to talk about stars and
Rhett just signed on, so say it again.
There it is. There's Rhett. Happy birthday,
birthday,
Rhett. We just talked about you. We want to say it again. Rhett, we want to wish you a very special happy birthday. If you don't know who Rhett is Fran Haas's husband. So he's the helps us out with a lot of stuff. He's the camera guy when it comes to it. I always try and put him in front of the camera. I'm always like, Rhett, you get around there. I'll take the picture because he never gets his picture taken. Although he does take some interesting pictures sometimes.
Oh, boy.
Yes, he does.
With the stash, and he's got costumes. He's actually going to help us out, I think, with our Christmas and July telethon here, because I don't know anybody with more costumes than that man.
And he always has got to be doing something, because I notice every picture when he's doing something with Fran, he always has to have flowers.
He does. I saw the flowers today. I did see that it was a special.
They have like a
bouquet.
Rhett Jones special at the flower company or something. So
Listen, he's a man that knows how to make it happen, right? I mean, you take lessons, people, right? I guess that's how it is.
the
He does have three
$29.95
boys,
special or
you
something
know.
like that. Yep.
So we hope you have a good birthday, Rhett. Go out and have fun. Don't work. Turn your phone off. Go do whatever. Have fun. Happy birthday.
Keith
Thanks for
O'Keefe just
everything.
got on. Of course, he's always putting his bike in our bike shows.
He's got that Cholo style,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, road glide, really cool. His buddy's got that deluxe. They come in together, and two nice bikes are parked next to each other. It's good stuff.
Fran just said thank you and tell him happy birthday too.
Very awesome.
She's
very
baking
awesome.
him.
Thank you,
It looks
Fran.
like he's baking him a birthday cake or something. So that'll
Uh-oh.
be fun.
Cool. No more buns in the oven, but just cake, right? I'm just kidding. So what else are we going to talk about? We're doing the Back to Blue ride. We're going to go see the Clutch Queens tonight. I know Fran was sponsoring the Nick Walinda thing again. The Nick Walinda circus is
Yep,
happening.
the
down-
High Wire Act.
Where's
Yep.
that at? That's down in your area. You
Yeah,
can talk on this.
it's right off of University Boulevard at the Circus Conservatory, I believe it's called. They have a new mall there, so University is the first Sarasota exit. Sorry, looking
What's the
forward here.
park? The park there is something
Nathan
specific.
Benderson
That's
Park?
it, Nathan Benderson.
Is that happening where they used to have the old circus tent set up and all that good stuff in that big lot there to the right?
For the last 5 years, but before that, they had one on 41 down in South Sarasota.
No, this was like
Okay.
right off the interstate. 'Cause
Yeah,
if
then
it-
Yeah, the big when you curve it around, yes,
Yeah.
same spot. That
okay,
they
if
built
folks,
a
if you know
mall
where
there
they
or
used to
something,
have,
too.
they used to have the big circus tent set up. That's where it's happening at.
Who
Yes.
is Nathan Benderson, by the way? I'd like to know that.
I don't know.
They named a park after him. He's got to be pretty cool. He's got a pretty neat name, Nathan Benderson. I mean,
I think it's Benderson Development. Don't quote me, but I
oh, it
think
might be. So he might be the. Okay, that makes
donated
sense too.
the land.
I put my Expo shirt on today. We were looking at that and talking about things like that. So we also have a guest. Who do we have that we're bringing on? We're going to play a commercial at about halfway through, and we're going to bring a special guest advertiser on. Lori Jo
We have Jessica May from Expert Investigations coming on to talk to
Schweitzer.
us.
Schweitzer.
Okay, I call her by Jessica May. Jessica Schweitzer from Expert Investigations.
I don't know if I want to have an investigation person on. I mean, I do have that sketchy past. Charlie, I told him we had an investigator on, and George Boy ran out the door and left. I don't know where he went. I mean, he kind of just took off.
So yeah, we got her sitting in the green room. So
I ended up buying some stuff for the Christmas in July or the telethon. We have 4 different gingerbread houses, so we need 4 people. I know we have one who she called and said she wanted to build one, so we need 3 other people.
we had the
And
one gentleman volunteer his wife.
That's right. That's who we have
Oh,
already.
okay.
So I want to have a Santa's workshop. I have a trailer. I have a train. Yes, a trailer, a little camper trailer.
Yeah,
It's
teardrop
a
camper.
train and a house. So what we're going to do is have 4 people sitting at one of the tables building, and we'll come back and show how they're building, and we'll give them like, what do you think, a half hour, 45 minutes during the show? So they
Gamo,
have to
maybe you
build it.
can build one of the
45.
gingerbread houses.
Gamo wouldn't make it. He'd break it by that time. If Gamo watched it,
Yep.
he would break it by that time. So we need 4 people to build gingerbread houses or gingerbread sculptures, you know. There you go. And we're raising money for St. Joseph's Children's Hospital. We have a link that'll be up there. You can donate, and we have a $3,000 goal that we're trying to get to. We're going to sing Christmas carols. We're going to read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. I got the book in so we can sit down and read like at a big chair in front of a fireplace. Christmas movie skits. I don't know what we're going to do yet, but I believe that will be funny. Charlie and I are going to do an eggnog drinking contest.
All right.
We
We're
gotta
going to
see.
spike it or not.
Yeah, whether we like it or not, we're going to set up a tree, and we'll have a tree lighting. The virtual gift exchange is something I think we're going to do. Christmas jokes and gingerbread house making contest. The virtual gift exchange is going to be neat. I'm going to get probably about 5 or 6 cool gifts. Good, nice, expensive gifts. And the first person to give a certain amount, like say, the first person who gives $50, donates to the thing, and then makes a comment on our page and tells us they did it, we'll be able to pick 1 through 6. And then we'll open the box up for them. We'll get their information. We'll send it to them. So they'll see that gift. So that'll be the virtual gift exchange. You know, if they put 50, each will have to guarantee that whatever's underneath is worth more than $50, so their donation goes to a right cause. But what we'll do is you pick 1 through 6, and you know, okay, so say Jim gave $50 to the donation. Jim, you get the first pick. You pick 1 through 6. and we open it up and say it's a flat screen TV. You want a flat screen TV? We'll get that over to you. Congratulations. The next person that gives 75, or 100, or we'll do stuff like that. So
I thought Charlie and I were getting gifts. I didn't understand what you said the other day.
I figured somebody was like, well, I just kind of came up with the idea, so I don't know. I'm making it. Listen, fake it till you make it. I'm making it up as we go along. These are just ideas that as I bounce off the wall, go, yeah, we should do it that way. So we'll see what happens.
So, well, and before we get to the show a lot further, Tony, we had a kind of a friend of Full Throttle, and many people here around the Tampa Bay area passed away this past Monday. Of course, the legendary Charlie Daniels passed away. And if you're from the Tampa area, he was very big of a place that's just literally a couple of miles right up the road here, the D'Angela's house. He would come every year. Tony, you played in his golf tournament 3 or 4 times, and he would always do the volunteer jam. And he was a great friend of Full Throttles and many people around here, Fran and so many other. And they're actually having his funeral right now as we speak. So,
oh, are they?
Yes.
Yeah, he was. I mean, just a genuine guy. Golf tournament. You're talking. The man's wasn't in the best of health for a long period of time, but would get in a golf cart and go shake everybody's hand who golfed in a tournament. Would take pictures with everybody. Went around, and it's hot when you're golfing, and that happened. We'd get out there and we'd be. You're talking 50 teams, or a bunch of teams, and he's out shaking hands and taking pictures with every team. He was phenomenal. He would spend a crap ton of money at the dinner. They did an auction. He always bought these knives they brought in. He was a big knife collector. Just great job for what he did for the Angeles.
And of course, him and our old friend Rob played fiddle many times together and stuff.
I posted that on our page. Did you see that video? Rob and him playing? Now, of course, Rob and now Charlie are both passed away.
Yep.
I was at that dinner when they got to play together, and it was, I don't know. I mean, there's no words I could put into the smile on Rob's face to play with Charlie Daniels, to get up there. I mean, you don't find many fiddle players, number one. And if you are a fiddle player, you got to look up to a guy like Charlie Daniels, who made a living doing a song with it.
And then we just got to see him this past November. He played one of his final shows down at the St. Pete Beach Bike Fest.
And was great.
Yep.
And was out there. I don't think he came off stage at all, really.
2 hours he was on.
I mean, he played straight through up there, and you're talking an 80-something-year-old man up there rocking for almost an hour and a half straight on the stage. Did a great job. I thought that was a good booking for St. Pete Beach Bike Fest. So it's sad, But let's transition. I know that we're the loss of Charlie Daniels. Events. We're talking about an event. That
and he loved events. That's the great thing to transition to, because bikers have escorted his funeral proceedings and everything else. So he was very big in the biker community, and the biker community loved him. And so it's great that we're carrying on doing all these bike events, even in the hard times that we're living in.
Our events are going to come back. We all know this. It is what it is right now, because you can't have the mass gatherings, and Quaker can't pursue bike night like they used to. There's still bikes showing up and hanging out in a parking lot. Where is this going? I mean, I don't mean to ask that weird question of just being vague, but I mean, how long does this last until we get the curve down and we can get back to normal, put on events like Full Throttle did, like the Expo? Right now, the Expo isn't even in the field of vision, because we're February, March, April, somewhere in there. Do we plan? Do we not? Where do we? How do you move forward in where we're at right now?
Well, we got the revised lineup for the 3rd time for Buffalo Chip.
Yes, that's right.
So they brought in 38 Special, Puddle of Mud, Buck Cherry, Night Ranger just signed on. They're going to be there.
They do Final Count. What did Night Ranger do?
They did. Night Ranger had several. They had Don't Tell Me You Love You.
Right?
They had Sentimental Street. They had You Can Still Rock in America.
No, what was the Rocky theme? I thought Night Ranger did the Rocky theme.
They did Secret of My Success off the movie Secret of My Success.
Sister Christian.
Sister Christian. They're
that's a lot.
Yep. Great White's going to be on the Wednesday now.
Not Jack Russell.
Not Jack Russell. The other Great White doing Once Bitten, Twice Shied. Lita Ford kicks it all off on the Friday. Black Society or something like that. Black Label Society, and
I thought they're still on?
Not Black Label Society.
No, I was going to say, I think you told me Black Label Society.
Yeah, let me blow it up.
You were telling me Trapped and
yep,
it's going to play in Adonis Way or something, or Adelia's Way.
Yep.
There's a lot of bands coming. But not the monster
Cherry
bands
be there,
like we've had in the past there. But I mean,
Blackstone Cherry or something like that. Yep. So a lot of independent band stuff, but hey, Woody's hustling, trying to put together a great lineup, and of course, then all the good things you can do out in Sturgis. Plus, Full Throttle's going to be there camping, so what
And
could be
put on
better?
a bike show.
And put on a
Lori
bike
Jo,
show.
over the Skyway, is it the same as up here? Because I know Tampa Bay area is kind of more heavily affected than the Sarasota area with all this. How are events and everything down in that area?
Well, Sarasota, Bradenton County, Manatee County, we're like a hot spot too,
Oh,
actually.
really?
Yeah. So everything is shut down. We still have our illegal bike nights, people. I mean,
We are rebels, right? I guess you call the bikers rebels. Let's have illegal bike
yeah,
nights.
just like over here, and but it's still pretty closed down. But then when I've traveled to North Florida, it's a little different atmosphere up there right now.
It is different. I mean, Charlie, you're weeks away from taking up a 2,000-mile trip to Sturgis.
2 weeks from Saturday,
You don't
going to
have
Louisiana
any, I
and
mean,
up Sturgis.
those are things that we keep looking at going, should we, shouldn't we, what do we do? And now Arizona's one of the hot spots. I guess Florida's kind of fell back a little bit. We're doing better, and Arizona's now a hot spot. So
I do know they canceled the Lone Star Rally in Galveston. Has been canceled to 2021.
I
so
mean, it almost comes to a point where let's just get 2020 out of the way and work in 2021, right? I mean,
Yeah.
we're halfway through, thank goodness, right? And let's move on and start again. Let's do a redo.
Well,
Let's start over here in 2021.
now
right?
they actually have a new disease. It's called
Stop. I'm not even going down that path,
it's called
Charlie.
corona fatigue.
Yes.
Everybody is so tired of hearing about COVID-19. They call it corona fatigue now.
It is. Listen, we're here to put on a great event, and we're still going through with some of our events,
Yep.
like the 5 Bridge Poker Run. You want to bring that up?
Yep.
5 Bridge Poker Run is happening. I've talked to the places. You don't have to go in. You stay social distance. You wear your mask. You're going to pull your cards. You go over the 5 major bridges that connect the Tampa Bay area. Now, those major bridges. Oh man, I thought I sent you the new one again. It's got that font in there that's hard to read.
That's
on the
okay.
mic.
You know the 5 major bridges.
5 major bridges are the Howard Frankland. It is Frankland,
Franklin,
not
yep, with a
Franklin.
D.
Howard Franklin. Now, that's our first bridge. Then we're going to go over the Courtney Campbell. So you're going to go to Howard Franklin to Courtney Campbell. Then you're going to go over the Bayside Bridge.
That's the short one.
The Bayside's a short one, the bumpy short one that when you're that's horrible. And then you go over the Gandy, and then you go over the mother of them all, the Skyway, and it's
Yep.
fun. If you've never been on that ride, you get it's a fun day to go over. And we end down where at Wing House, right, in your area.
I've taken 5 bridges on the way to Full Throttle before.
Yeah, yes. I remember you're like, I'm in Tampa. I said, why are you in Tampa?
Ken Warshaw said just in time swine flu was coming back.
No, listen, no more epidemics, no more pandemics, no more whatever, and no more Sahara dust. We're not doing it. Just say no to pandemics, you know what I mean? Just say no.
Sahara dust, the heck with that. The idiot in the 1-ton truck across the street from the office yesterday put enough dust in the air to last a lifetime.
That's true. We also got a patch. Rob's got that patch, I believe, I put in today. He could show that we have the patches coming in. I haven't received them yet, but we had them made. So the Full Throttle 5 Bridge Poker Run. So we got to have it in July because it says July 2020 on it. So we're going to have it in July, come heck or high water. If not, we'll wait for the next Saturday. If not, I believe there's 5 Saturdays. I'm not sure, but we're going to make that happen. Our first 100 people who sign up and give $20. $20 gets you one sheet. One sheet has 3 poker hands on it, like we always do. So $20 will get you a patch. The first 100 people who sign up will get a free patch along with the poker run and money for the winners, and we're going to have a good time.
Are you
And the
doing-
great thing.
Sorry.
I
She
think-
just wanted to talk. We got to let her talk here.
Well, let me throw this. The great thing about us doing the 5 Bridges Run, you can keep the social distancing because, you're on your bikes, you like you say, wear your mask. All the stops are going to be outside. Now, all the stops are open for half field. But like, say, when we get to Kahuna's, everybody outside, if you want to run in and grab something to eat, great. Please support them. If not, hang around outside, and we can keep our social distancing, and that keeps everybody happy.
That's it. We're just going to do it by the rules. What's
the
up,
floor
Lauren?
is yours,
My
Senora.
question was, are you doing the pre-registration online like you did for the last run?
No, I only did the pre-registration for the Soaked and Sore Ass because it's usually a line out the wazoo, and it still was a line out the
He said
wazoo, even
wazoo.
with the pre-registration. So our pre-registration line was longer than our registration line, but there were still people who had to do both. And I think that one, because it's so in and out, and you got to get on the road that day, get out early. This one, the stops are, 30 minutes away from each other. So maybe at the max, maybe 45. But it's not as a time frame crunch as the Soaked and Sore S run is.
Okay.
So that's why we do the pre-registration for that one. I didn't do pre-registration for this one. Just Tampa Bay bridges.
And I'm sitting here looking. The governor just said if we can do Walmart and we can do Home Depot, we can do school.
He goes. We can do Walmart. We can do the grocery stores. He goes. I'm not making fun of him because I do those. He goes, but we can send our kids back to school if we can go to Walmart. And I agree. I don't know about that whole aspect, but my daughter wants to go back to school. She has missed it, and I mean, from a freshman, sophomore who enjoys school and her camaraderie with her friends, she goes, I miss going to school. I miss it. She's sitting home doing schoolwork. 90% of her friends didn't do the schoolwork because you got to push yourself, and they didn't do it. So she's seen her friends fail, not doing well, and she's like, I want to go back to school. And I said, then let's go back to school.
And it's just, I hate to say it, I know I've said it over and over, but folks, coronavirus is like your brother-in-law sleeping on the couch. He's not going anywhere, and he keeps saying every week he's going to get a job, don't worry about it. And he's here to stay. We just got to learn to live with it, make it happen. Life still goes on. The world keeps turning. We got to.
Lori Jo, you got kids. You feel safe sending them back to school, or are you going to keep them home?
That's the answer everybody
has.
Back
to school,
everybody has the same answer.
I'm in homeschool hell right now. I prefer that they go back to school.
Give that swift chicken.
And a lot of families,
you're going back to school.
The lifestyle they live, it depends on both parents working. And they can't make ends meet if both parents are not working. And the way it works is the kids have to be at school where the parents can work.
That's true.
It's hard.
Let's before we bring our guest on, Jessica Schweitzer, let's talk about those events real quick. I know I have the Clutch Queens ad I sent in. We can bring that up on the thing. That is tonight at Muggs, the Clutch Queens Bike Night. It's the second and fourth Friday, 7 to 10 p.m. at Muggs and ICOT in Clearwater. So you guys want to go out there? I think I'm going to go out there. I'm going to film and do some filming, introduce Jessica. There's a bunch of girls in a great club. We're going to go out there and have a good time. So that is at Muggs and ICOT tonight. And then we're going to talk about the Back to Blue ride Saturday. I got some information here. This is going to be a big ride. This ride right here is pretty surprising. The last event attracted almost 200 bikers, and stretching a mile long, was greatly appreciated by the Tampa Police and the Channel 8 and was there to film it. It's called Bikers Back to Blue Ride 2, Rob. If you're looking up for it for an event, I'm going to pull that up. Bikers Back to Blue Ride 2. And we're going to stage at Tropicana Field East, the parking lot from 1:30 to 2 o'clock. Now, I will say something. Get there early because they left early last time. Like, I'd never seen an event leave early. I got there 10 minutes before it was supposed to start, and they were already getting lined up and going. I was like, oh crap, they're ready. So Tropicana Field East parking lot, 1:30 to 2 o'clock. We'll have a short briefing with St. Pete Police and another opportunity. We'll also be downtown. So 2 o'clock kickstands will be up. That is it right there. Bikers Back to Blue Rally Ride 2. How many people are on that? I can't see those numbers, but there's a lot of them. I want to say last I looked there was 1,300.
Wow.
391 going, 1,000 interested. So you're talking 1,400 people interested or going on that ride already. What do you think about that?
I think that's going to be interesting because I know there's counter protest planned, and I just hope everybody's safe. And
I went on the first one, and I'll tell you, being part of this world we live in now, whatever you do, there's an opposition to what you're doing. And we're saying back to blue and back to police, which motorcyclists have always been behind the police, I would say. Yes. I guess maybe a long time ago they weren't, but now they are. And it's weird being in a pack of doing something that you think is good that isn't accepted and good by everybody's standards.
Yes.
Let me tell you, it was because I try to stay middle of the road. I'm not middle of the road, but I try and stay middle of the road for the world we live in because I don't want to upset anybody. But going on a Back to Blue ride, you're upsetting people that do not Back to Blue and want to see them defunded. You know what I mean? So it's different. It's different because you know in your mind you're doing something right. But then you turn around, you look at the people that are not happy with you, and they think in all aspects you're doing something wrong. So it's it's interesting, this world we live in, because you can't just make a choice and go and be willy-nilly about it. If you make a choice on something nowadays, you have to stand behind your conviction of that choice, whether you like it or not. And God forbid you go to change your mind, then you're, you know, a flip-flopper. It's like, wait a second, I don't know, you know, maybe you don't know the whole answer, you know. I back the blue because who are you going to call when you're getting in trouble? You know? When something's going wrong, who are you going to call?
Absolutely. I can't imagine not having law enforcement to call. Even the other day, like calling the road rangers when I ran out of gas on the Skyway.
Like I said, if you know Lori Joe, that's a normal answer. We ran out of gas.
Right after you gave me gas money, too. I was
Oh,
like,
that's even better. Nice job. Nice
totally
job.
forgot.
Wow, that's a good story. You didn't call me and tell me, hey, I ran. That was.
I was thinking about it.
Okay, on another note, Full Throttle is doing something. We got a few minutes. We're going to play a commercial and bring Jessica on. But Full Throttle aspect is going after subscribers for our Facebook page. This has just come up. Something new with Full Throttle. We can get subscribers. And, you know, this content we're doing here is free, right? We put our time and effort in. We do some research. Charlie gets on the computer. Lori Joe comes up. You know, doing this show takes time and effort. And we want you guys to have good content, enjoy what we're doing, maybe laugh at our jokes, maybe whatever. We are looking for subscribers to help make that happen. If you go to our regular page, I made a post before the show started, and you can sign up to be one of our subscribers. And our subscribers, it says right underneath the headline, what is that called? The header picture of the page? It says be a subscriber, not subscriber, but it says
Supporter.
a supporter.
Yes, click to support.
Click to
something like that.
support,
Yep.
and that's what it is. And a supporter is a subscriber, I want to say. I guess we should probably call them supporters from now on. But you support Full Throttle with the $4.99 charge monthly, and that's a monthly charge. And we're going to bring good content and good audio and good videos and put things together. And you can see it right there. It says become a supporter right underneath the flaming wheel right there. Well, not the Full Throttle logo, but the wheel that's on fire. But it says become a supporter. And we're looking for supporters. And this is going to be the way that we can bring you good content and do these videos and get out there and stream live at events and, you know, do giveaways. Right now we got a giveaway. That was the first thing he showed. We're giving away $200 in a Harley gift and a Harley bag. And then we're going to fill it up with what?
Gift cards, yes.
Gift
Or
cards, t-shirts. So you can see drawing
Liquor.
for a goodie bag full of gift cards and everything like that. So that's going to be a good giveaway, but only for our subscribers. We're only going to do that for the people that subscribe to our page or support our page, however you want to call it. So supporters, subscribers, I got to count them supporters, not subscribers. So only for supporters. And every supporter right now is going to get a double entry. So if you sign up now, between now and next Friday, we're going to do it on the show here, just for our subscribers between now and next Friday, and the ones we already have, you're going to have double entries. So double entries, we're going to pull the name on the air. Hopefully they're watching. Our subscribers will let them know that we're going to be live, and you know, somebody's going to win that goodie bag. That's pretty neat, huh?
I hope it's my son. No.
Something different. So what we're going to do right now is play a commercial. We're going to come back, talk to Jessica. She's investigative experts, right? That's Jessica?
Yes.
Jessica Schweitzer. So we're going to play an Attorney Fran Hosh commercial right now. We hope Rhett's having a great birthday. We love you guys, Fran and Rhett. We'll be right back.
I decided to pursue a career in law because it gives me an opportunity to help people. I enjoy being a passionate advocate for my clients, and I'm so grateful that being a lawyer also allows me to make a positive impact on our community. When a client chooses us to represent them, they're entrusting us with a huge responsibility. It's our goal to exceed their expectations with our personalized service and to help them to achieve the best possible recovery to compensate them for their injuries.
Having been through a serious accident myself, I understand how instantly isolated someone can feel during the immediate aftermath. We try to shed light on a client's situation so that they don't feel so isolated, knowing that they have us on their side, working towards a resolution on their behalf. That's where we come in, and that's what the firm did for me as well. We fight to set clients on the right track so that they can try to get back to the life they had prior to the accident.
A fellow was texting and driving and came across the line, hit me head on. Just a horrific accident. I literally thought I was going to die. You know, I've dealt with thousands of wrecks in my life being on the fire department and never thought I would be in that situation. Fran is a big sponsor of a lot of the restaurant events for bikers and things like that. So I knew that she had a lot of experience in wrecks and things. So she was the first one I thought of to call. She's a bulldog. They found out things that I didn't think were possible to find out. When you're laying in a hospital bed and you're hurting, I understand it. It's scary, but if you have Fran Hosh on your side, it should alleviate a lot of your worries. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
They have their own lives to take care of, whether it's family, a job, or all the above. We endeavor to shield clients from the stressors of an injury claim so that they can try to focus on what is truly important.
The culture of this firm is based on charity, compassion, and I like to surround myself with team members that are going to treat a client like they're part of our family. Community is number one to me. We do a food drive every year. If it's a cancer benefit, a food benefit, something for the animals, something for veterans, we love to be involved in that. The bikers are such a charitable group of people, and they have the biggest hearts. I love being part of that community. This can be devastating to have an accident, and it's just a priority of mine to make sure they get the best medical care possible to make a full recovery.
All right, thank you, Attorney Fran Hosh. That's a great commercial there. We love playing that and promoting Attorney Fran Hosh. 866-LAW-FRAN, lawfran.com. But we have somebody else in studio. We have Jessica Schweitzer. Is that correct? Say hello to everybody.
Hi, guys.
You are an investigative expert. That's your business, right?
That's correct.
Now, Lori Jo, you said you planned a couple questions. Is this good?
I did. I want to.
Okay, good. Because I'm like, I don't know what to ask. I'm like, you didn't do a background check on me, did you?
I'm not going to
crap,
tell.
I'm in trouble. She didn't answer right away, so just to let you know that I have to leave really quickly after the show's over so I can't get arrested on air. I'm just kidding.
We've been talking, Tony.
All right, well, listen.
I know all your secrets.
I was young once. We all drink and party. You know how it goes. Well, Lori Jo, take it away. Ask some of the questions that you have prepared.
Hi, Jessica. So you're out of the Tampa Bay area around here?
That's correct.
Okay. So how long have you been over here in Tampa Bay doing investigations?
Well, I moved to the Tampa area about 9 years ago. I helped my husband for a little bit get his business up and running, and I said, you know what, I really miss doing what I do. So I actually formed my own business, Investigative Experts, and that was about 8 years ago.
Oh, that's fun. Where'd you move from?
Maryland.
Oh, Maryland. Okay.
Awesome.
Very cool. Wow. Different weather down here compared to Maryland, huh?
Absolutely. I don't miss the snow, not one bit.
No, snow, yuck. I'm from Ohio. You from up north, right?
Yeah, from
Yeah, nobody misses the snow.
No,
or the
no.
salt, for that matter.
No, you know what was wonderful was leaving my snow shovel for the new homeowners.
Yeah.
So I went up recently and I ran into a snowstorm, not recently, a couple years back, but I remember those brushes with the scrapers on the end.
Yes.
So I took a picture and I sent it back here and I was like, what is this thing? And everybody's laughing at me. They're like, oh, it's a horse toothbrush. And I said, everybody's giving me the weird answers what they are. They're like, oh, it's a foot scrubber. I'm like, okay, that's almost too funny just to send a picture of things that you use up north that you don't use down here. Like, when was the last time you seen a snow shovel in Florida? Yeah, I mean, not even like a regular, like the plastic, you know.
No.
Yeah, no. I'm sorry. Keep going with your interview. I'm trying to add to the. I should just shut
Add
up.
to the excitement.
Yeah.
Jessica, so I had a question for you earlier.
I bet you do. No, I'm just kidding. So you investigate. Do you like, Charlie was making a joke, do you like sit outside and watch places to see who comes and goes? And
I do. I primarily work high conflict child custody cases involving neglect, abuse of children.
Ugh.
Oftentimes one parent will say, you know, I don't like how my child's father or mother is spending their time with our child or children, so I'll go out and see if that person's abusing drugs, drinking and driving with the children in the car, leaving the children at home at a very young age. I basically do the things that CPS can't do during the odd hours that protective services wouldn't usually work. I also work criminal cases where, somebody might be in jail accused of a crime that they didn't commit. So I go in and I help prove their innocence if they're really innocent.
Or their guiltiness, right? I mean, I
Well-
guess, does it go both ways, or?
It does
'Cause who
go
hires you?
both
Who-
ways.
Are you hired by the person that's in jail to try to kind of produce their alibi, or are you hired by the police who want to see if that's exactly true or not?
Well, I'm hired by the person in jail, or their attorney will recommend me, and I'll work hand in hand with their attorney.
Okay, so, sorry.
Have you ever gotten anybody out of jail?
I have. Yes, I have. It was very exciting. There was a man in Manatee County that was accused of manslaughter against his girlfriend's 4-year-old son, and he was innocent.
Wow.
Yeah. It was very rewarding.
Oh, I bet. That's a huge
Oh,
deal.
to get him out of jail. I mean, of course, to prove his innocence, it's sometimes make you think that, how did he get there? What happened to prove that, right? I mean, I don't know. That's scary. It's scary sometimes to think about as well.
Yeah. So what's the funniest case you've ever done?
Oh gosh, there's a lot. One in particular, it was pretty interesting. I was told that there was drug activity going on between the mother and the mother's boyfriend, so I was sent out to conduct surveillance. I went to 5 different cities thinking this guy's gonna pull over on the side of the road and meet somebody and do a drug deal, because he kept pulling over at odd parking lots and just weird places. And so I followed him all day long, and later on I found out he was playing Pokemon.
Oh my goodness, that's what he was doing? Was
Yes.
playing Pokemon?
Yeah, so I was out following somebody catching Pikachus.
That's too funny.
That's awesome.
That is, okay, that's a pretty good story right there. That's, but, so that's what you do, you kind of follow, you have clues, you like that? I mean, it's got to be entertaining.
I love what I do. 9 times out of 10, if somebody calls me and they spend the money and they hire me to conduct surveillance, their suspicions are usually correct. Something is going on. So there's never a dull moment in the work that I do. It's an adrenaline rush. I love it.
Wow.
So the gut feeling is a true feeling. That, like, have you ever, like, if you're like, something's wrong here, I got to figure this out. So trust that gut feeling. Is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Really?
And a lot of times there's red flags, and people will eventually say, okay, you know what, enough red flags now, let me prove it.
That's cool.
Awesome.
What else do you do? I remember a list on the website, and we have your logo we can pull up and everything, so you guys know and find it on her Facebook page and website, right? And
You locate missing persons too, don't you?
I do. I put family members in contact with each other that may have gone 20 years without talking to each other. So that's really nice. Some people you can't find, but for the majority of the time we can find someone.
That's awesome.
always the way to find them, right?
Yes.
What is process service?
That's when somebody needs to get served with legal documents.
Oh, you've been served, right? One of those you gotta yell at them and throw the paper because nobody wants to get served, right? Is that
It's
how it
really not that exciting, but I will tell you, I've served a group of teachers at a middle school one day, and they wanted to be served. So she asked me to chase her down with the paperwork and serve her.
Okay, that's way too funny. Lori Jo, let's keep going. You got the questions.
Oh, Jessica, so you ride motorcycles too. That's
I-
where I know you from.
I
Our
do.
riding group, West Coast Florida Riders. So how long have you been riding?
A little over a year now.
Oh, I didn't realize you were new.
I am new. So when I was 5, I started riding a moped of some sorts that my brother had, and it was very exciting to me. And I always knew one day I want to own a Harley.
Wow.
And here I am. I have a Harley.
That's awesome. What do you have?
I have a Softail Slim.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a fun little bike.
Very cool. So where do you
Yeah.
so where do you mainly ride? Do you do group rides, or since you're new to this? Kind
Well, I was told to take it easy, and that's something that I don't know how to do.
Yeah.
So the first weekend that I had my bike, I ended up riding with a group just all around Bradenton, and met at Peggy's and just went from there. We rode for hours, and I've been riding ever since. Now, I did recently go to Blue Ridge, Georgia. That was very exciting. I went with the West Coast Florida Riders. I have really, really bad luck. So when I found out that my husband won a raffle, I just couldn't believe it. But we won, and we got to go to the Blue Ridge Mountains, and I rode the Tail of the Dragon.
So you won the West Coast Florida Riders giveaway.
Yes.
Oh, that was very cool. That looked like a lot of fun. There was like, what, 60, 80 people that went up there?
Yes, there were a lot of us.
It looked like a lot of fun.
It was, I can't wait to do it again. I want to go to Sturgis. Unfortunately, can't do it this year because it falls on a date right after my son goes back to school.
They always do that. It's right at
Yeah, right at school
Yep.
start is when Sturgis.
highway, Tony.
So Sturgis is a lot of fun. It's great riding. If you're not a pro when you go, you're a pro when you leave because the riding is so phenomenal. And you're talking switchbacks and ups and downs and hills, and it's great stuff. I'll let you keep going. Sorry, Lori, just throwing in my little 2 cents here and there.
You're fine.
I don't really have a lot of
No more
questions.
questions? So what
You
else?
go ahead.
I was asking you. Do you watch the crime series movies? Because that's you. You're kind of like. Are you detectives? Do you consider yourself a detective at all, or?
I could be considered a detective. I think private investigators at one time were called detectives.
Yeah.
A private detective. Yeah, I don't watch the shows.
You said
I
it's too
live
much
it.
like work, all right?
Yeah.
You're like, I just did this. This is like, wait, this sounds like my case I just did.
Right.
And it's cool that you said you did. So you got somebody out of jail.
I did.
Yeah, that's neat. That's. But I'm sure have you put people in jail before?
No, I'm not here to get anybody in trouble, put anybody behind bars. I'm here to help those that are behind bars that shouldn't be there. I told you the one story, but there was another one. He got charged with something that he wasn't guilty of, and now he's free. So it makes me happy. A lot of them are guilty, and they do have to spend some time in jail, but there are people out there that are innocent, and I'm here to help them.
That's awesome.
Very cool. Rob, can you? We're going to play a quick commercial here, real quick. If we can play the Fran commercial one more time, we're going to make some changes, and we're going to talk about some of the events that are coming. Again, we're here with Lori Joe and Jessica Schweitzer from Investigative Experts. We'll be right back.
I decided to pursue a career in law because it gives me an opportunity to help people. I enjoy being a passionate advocate for my clients, and I'm so grateful that being a lawyer also allows me to make a positive impact on our community. When a client chooses us to represent them, they're entrusting us with a huge responsibility. It's our goal to exceed their expectations with our personalized service and to help them to achieve the best possible recovery to compensate them for their injuries.
Having been through a serious accident myself, I understand how instantly isolated someone can feel during the immediate aftermath. We try to shed light on a client's situation so that they don't feel so isolated, knowing that they have us on their side, working towards a resolution on their behalf. That's where we come in, and that's what the firm did for me as well. We fight to set clients on the right track so that they can try to get back to the life they had prior to the accident.
A fellow was texting and driving and came across the line, hit me head on. Just a horrific accident. I literally thought I was going to die. I've dealt with thousands of wrecks in my life being on the fire department and never thought I would be in that situation. Fran is a big sponsor of a lot of the restaurant events for bikers and things like that. So I knew that she had a lot of experience in wrecks and things. So she was the first one I thought of to call. She's a bulldog. They found out things that I didn't think were possible to find out. When you're laying in a hospital bed and you're hurting, I understand it. It's scary, but if you have Fran Hosh on your side, it should alleviate a lot of your worries. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
They have their own lives to take care of, whether it's family, a job, or all the above. We endeavor to shield clients from the stressors of an injury claim so that they can try to focus on what is truly important.
The culture of this firm is based on charity, compassion, and I like to surround myself with team members that are going to treat a client like they're part of our family. Community is number one to me. We do a food drive every year. If it's a cancer benefit, a food benefit, something for the animals, something for veterans, we love to be involved in that. The bikers are such a charitable group of people, and they have the biggest hearts. I love being part of that community. This can be devastating to have an accident, and it's just a priority of mine to make sure they get the best medical care possible to make a full recovery.
All right, we're back, and me and Tony kind of made a quick change. Tony's going to step out a little bit, but we're here with Jessica. And Jessica, you brought a handy-dandy little gadget you want to show off that you use in your profession.
Yes, I was told to bring something cool that I use. So
Yes.
this is one of the many items that a private investigator would use. It looks like a key fob.
Yeah.
And it even has what looks like a key. But there's a slot for a memory card, and there's a camera lens right here.
Wow.
So I can use this and spy on people without their knowledge.
So it looks like you're just carrying your keys around and you're actually doing pictures and surveillance and all that.
Exactly.
Now, when we kind of signed off, you was talking about some of the things you were doing, and a lot of people think private investigator, you're trying to find somebody doing something wrong. Your job is to find, and have that Kardashian moment where you have the big thing. But you said a lot of times your job is you're finding people innocent, or you finding that they're not doing what they're accused of. So that's got to be a good feeling too when you find a client that is absolutely 100% innocent.
It is. It's a very good feeling, and it's a weird feeling because these two fellows that we figured out eventually that they were innocent. When I met with them, it was just a different feeling from meeting other people. I knew during that meeting, that first meeting with them, that something didn't add up. There was something about them that I felt was genuine.
And of course, everybody sees all the investigation stuff in the show. It's not that easy. You put in a lot of long hours and everything else away from your family doing your profession.
Wow. A lot of people don't realize that. They think that what I do is glamorous for some reason, and they always tell me, oh, I've always wanted to do that. So I tell them, no, you don't. You could spend 18 hours in one day in your vehicle, and you're right, lots of weekends, lots of evenings. I miss out on a lot of biker events that I wish I could be a part of because I work. But I love what I do, so it's not so bad.
Yep. Laurie Jo, you got anything else you?
So I had another question on this. So how long did you do this before you got to Florida? Has this been something you've done since you were like 18?
No, it's not something that I did since I was 18. I did work as an investigator for a wonderful agency in Maryland. The agency was owned by a former Maryland State Trooper. I'll just give them a quick plug. It's Apex Investigations in Glen Burnie, Maryland. I loved working with them. Great group of people. I wish I could have the same group down here. But they taught me very well, and I just strive to be like the owner of Apex. He's a wonderful man and really cares about his employees and cared about his clients.
So how did you get into this in the first place?
Well, I was working as a real estate appraiser, and that was when the market was booming and it crashed. And I'm not the type of person to just sit around and not do anything. So I said, okay, what's plan B? And I said, you know what? I want to do investigations.
You go from a real estate appraiser to a private investigator?
That's right.
That's a bold switch.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I'm going to throw a question that somebody was asked, like, on private investigation, do you also investigate to try to find missing things like stolen motorcycles or anything like that? Does that fall under a private investigator thing and whatnot? Because, a lot of motorcyclists, if they have their biker stolen, a lot of times the police say, we'll keep an eye out. Is that something you do also?
It is. So we can try to locate missing items. A while ago, many years ago, the police, they didn't really go to the pawn shops or check places like that, but they're really on top of it down here in Florida. In Maryland, we did more locating than I have down here, but there are items at some point in time that people have stolen out of their vehicle or out of their home by a friend or a caretaker, and we will need to go and recover those items for them.
See, and you're licensed to do all that. So those are things you can do where a lot of other people, they can't do. You went through a lot of training and a lot of things to get your investigation license to be able to do this, not just something you can just decide one day, you know what, I'm going to be a private investigator.
Right. And I have access to databases that can help me in my work as well.
So, well, you know, it's been great. We got about 5 minutes left to go, so we're going to kind of get back to talking. But you just stay right there, Tony. If you're through coughing, if you just want to sneak behind Laurie Joe, you can. We just got some upcoming events we just want to touch base with again real quick. Of course, we're coming up on our Christmas in July. Hopefully you can be a part of that with us, Jessica. You can come here to the studio if you want, because I think we're going for 4 hours that day. So if you're more than welcome to come in and do that. Wear a Christmas thing, you know. We're going to try to get some outfits. I might be a reindeer or something, who knows.
I'm a flamingo.
We're going to have summertime Santa here. He's lost a lot of weight and going to have on his Hawaiian shirt and his beard, and he's even wearing pink flamingo flip-flops there. So, yep. So, and things like that. So, of course, you know you're more than welcome to come back and be with us on that.
Thank you.
Also, we got the Five Bridges run coming up. That's going to be a big one.
Next weekend.
Bikers, that's a week from Saturday, I believe it is. And it's going to be a big event. If we put that post, we got all the stops that we're going to be doing. And we want to welcome Kahuna's back in the fold on that. They've signed back up with us to be a stop. Going to finish at the Wing House where we stopped the last couple of years. So it's going to be a great event. And, of course, as always, yeah, Kahuna's will be the fifth stop. Fran is always a great sponsor with us for all that. Maybe we'll start getting you on sponsor, so you have Fran's logo and your logo together there. See,
that would be lovely.
There, Tony. So, Laurie Jo, what events you got coming up down your way?
Everything's canceled. No, I'm sure I'll find something. I'll keep posting because we have things that are popping up when one business hears the other one's canceled.
Mm-hmm.
They're throwing out bike events, sort of like no-notice stuff right now. So I've actually attended a lot, but nothing that was pre-planned to any magnitude.
Chris is going to have a West Coast Road Rider. The food truck at Peggy's.
Yes, they will be at Piggy's Corral Sunday, Coasty Cooking. It's gal's birthday, and there will be a ton of us in the West Coast Florida Riders. Are you going to be able to come down?
I hope so.
That'd be awesome.
And then Jezebel is going to be there this weekend.
Jezebel is playing
Yeah,
Sunday.
now we're going to go to, while we're talking about West Coast Florida Riders, Tampa Joe's on Tuesdays. Is it every Tuesday, Tony, or was it? Bay Area Riders, I'm sorry. Bay Area Riders, Tampa Joe's on Tuesday. There's the right there. Tony, you went, and they can hear you through the mics. Tony went this past Tuesday, and if you haven't seen the video he shot on our Full Throttle Magazine Facebook page, go check that out.
300-400 bikes there.
It was amazing. They were doing their social distancing. Bikes were parked. They really opened up the parking lot where bikers could get in and stuff. And it was really great seeing it, everything for the Bay Area riders out there. And that's every Tuesday, Tony, or once a month?
I believe every Tuesday, yeah.
Okay. So, you know, if you're looking for something to ride out on, that's the great thing about riding bikes. You got the social distancing because you're on your bike. Just like we're talking about Buffalo Chip. He's bringing back the old days when they first started. He's opening up the amphitheater, and you just ride your motorcycle in and sit on your bike and watch the concerts. You know, he'd kind of done away with that because he was getting so many people coming with the Ozzy Osbournes and the Kid Rocks, and he needed room. But now that they only got 50% capacity, you will be able to bring your bikes in, sit on your bikes, watch the show, have a great time. So we can do our own social distancing just being on our bikes.
Awesome.
So
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I just remembered something else this weekend. The Tampa Bay Area Cruisers has their paintball event this weekend.
Ooh, paintball.
Yeah, it's Wayne's World of Paintball. I want to say Ocala. It's on their Facebook page, Tampa Bay Area Cruisers. And then they have a ride Sunday, long one to Daytona and back.
Well, Tanya from Quaker can talk about getting shot with paintballs a lot, because when they used to have the Redneck Olympics, she used to be one of the running deer for the paintball contest. And those things hurt if you're not wearing the right clothes, loose clothes there. So we know about shooting at people with paintballs.
I don't think I've ever quite heard that scenario.
He's got a couple. He's been planning a lot of good rides.
Yeah, yes.
But
definitely.
again, you know, we got our support. You know, support our police officers. That's coming up tomorrow, correct,
Saturday.
Tony?
Bikers back to blue.
Bikers Back to Blue. So make sure you do that. And we just got all kinds of things. We got 2 minutes left to go. So which one? Clutch Queens Bike Night. I'm sorry, I'm
Tonight.
kind of jumped in here. Tony had to step out real quick. He was having a nicotine fit that coughed there. But we got him back in. He can snick around. But I tell you what, Tony has done great. I'm going to throw him a lot of preps. He's watching his diet now. He's cut his smoking way back, or maybe even out. We're glad to see him getting healthy, and I appreciate that, because to kiss a little butt, I've been working for Tony for almost 10 years now, and it's never a dull moment. Where else can you go to get paid to go to Sturgis, Daytona twice a year, you know, and all these great things? And of course, I know a lot of people, I just saw somebody ask about the expo. We have some dates in mind in the expo. We're just kind of sitting on it. We are going to have something next year. We just got to see how things go. And yep. And we're just kind of sitting on those dates, probably the end of March, April. Of course, the Super Bowl's supposed to be in Tampa in February, so that's why we're kind of moving it back, because it's supposed to be February 4th, I believe it is, but they're not sure of that, and they've got all the weekends reserved in Tampa for the Super Bowl. So we're moving it back to after Bike Week and things like that. Jessica, we got 30 seconds. Give us how to get a hold of you, where to go for websites, Facebook, all that good stuff.
Sure. Well, first of all, I'd like to say thank you very much for having me. You can reach me at investigative-experts.com, or you can call me at 813-624-2545. No matter what you have going on, whether you need my services or not, I'm happy to help you in any way I can.
All right, and take us home.
Okay, guys, have a great weekend. Whatever you do, be safe out there. And we will see you next week with Full Throttle Magazine. Please become a supporter. I'm making special posts. I was going to do a bloopers edition of all of our mistakes just for the supporters.
Okay,
Just the
we're
good
over.
stuff.
Thank you so much. Everybody have a great day. We'll see you next Friday, high noon.